All right, we are now recorded. Welcome, everyone. As you know, my name is Jason Fiske, and it's been great to get to know you all over the last couple of weeks, and for some even longer than that. And it's great to now have you transitioning into the program, which is starting here before you know it in a couple of weeks. So today's session is going to be a little less than an hour long. It's the purpose of today is not to tell you absolutely everything about everything, but to tell you the most important details of what you need to know today, as far as where you stand being about a week and a half from the beginning of the term. In a second here, I'm going to turn the floor over to each of you individually to introduce yourselves. But in the meantime, what we're going to go through tonight is I'm going to talk about a little bit about the curriculum that you can expect for this term and for the program. Dr. Bea is here with us. She is our full-time instructional designer on campus and is going to show you some of the ropes as far as the Albany Law Portal and Canvas is concerned. So that'll be in a few moments. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and start turning it over to you one at a time. I'm just going from the top here. John Whalen, you'll be the first one. And so when it's your turn, just feel free to say your name, but minimally include where are you from, where are you currently, where are you right now, what's your job and background, what attracted you to the program, which program are you in. So start with those things and maybe throw in a fun fact. So again, which program are you in? What attracted you to this program? Fun fact, where are you located? All right, thanks. And John, go ahead and start us off.
Sure. I'm not sure how many fun facts I can come up with. I was not prepared, but I'll try. So Jason, thank you. And so my name is John Whalen. I'm a 99 grad of Albany Law, and I am located about 2 miles from the campus. So I am close by. I started my career in New York at a firm in Manhattan and then moved back to Albany to work for the asset management business. So I've been doing that for probably 14 years. And I think what's attracted me to this course, and I'm in the cyber law and privacy program. And so what's attracted me to this is that, so through my practice over the last 10 to 12 years, that topic, that subject has become more and more relevant and more important to the practice of, advising clients and constituents in the asset management business. So data privacy and what, we hold on behalf of our clients, is a really important point for not only the client, but from a regulatory perspective. So the regulators want to know what kind of data privacy programs that we have, what kind of cybersecurity policies and procedures we have. And so I am, I will be honest, I didn't have a lot to do with that. There were other attorneys at the firms that I worked with who were really responsible for that. So, but I do want to learn more about it, get more familiar with that, and eventually, possibly use the degree to advise clients in a private practice setting at some point. So that's it. Fun fact, I don't know if you guys can see my picture, but it came up. It's my 2 labs. I have two yellow labs, and I don't know if that does show, but it came up as my profile picture here. So fun fact is I have 2 yellow labs. Love to hike with them. The picture is actually of them on top of a mountain. I'm not sure which one it was, but they've got very muddy feet. And so that's the fun fact. One of the beauties of being up here after spending 10 plus years in New York is I'm very close to the Adirondacks, which I love. And I love to go up there and hike as much as I can. So that's it for me. I'm going to press the done speaking button now.
Thanks so much, John. It is nice to have the hiking buddies with you, particularly with our proximity to the Adirondacks. So that's so great. Thanks for sharing. All right, Diego, you are up.
Well, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, so nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Diego Rochelas. For a fun fact, I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to contribute this PM because it has been chaotic here at work. So there has been no fun happening here whatsoever. So perhaps that's fun enough. But I'm originally from Brazil, but I've been living here in Canada for the past almost 10 years now, a bit over 8 years, I would say. I So my background, the reason of the program, like the person that, let's say, the root cause for me to be here today is Rebecca Gideon. She should be next in line. So she is a former coworker at PwC and a great friend of mine. She introduced me to the program, and I actually kind of fell in love with it because I do have a law background in Brazil, but I've been working with IT audit for the past 5 years here in Canada. So cybersecurity, data privacy, it's kind of type of things that I like deal with on a daily basis. I work at S&C-Lavalin. It's a company that has approximately 55,000 employees worldwide, with office all over the world, and like a lot of customers and suppliers. So there's a whole supply chain as well that we have to manage this let's say personal information and all the threats that comes with like being connected with all these third parties. So the program pretty much is, let's say, the best. To me, it's kind of the best of both worlds, the law and the IT all together in a program. And on top of that, the cherry is the fact that it can be done online, remotely. So we have this ability to keep the professional and the personal life with the academic life. Um, and I believe that's pretty much everything. So in terms of job, yeah. So I'm a IT audit manager here at S&C-Lavalin in Montreal, Canada.
Thanks so much for sharing, Diego. I guess one fun fact for you would potentially be you came down to visit a couple weeks ago.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. So I drove down there last Friday, and I got to meet you. Jason, was such a pleasure, and thank you very much for the tour, by the way. And I'm sure that Rebecca would have loved to be there with us.
Absolutely, and the same goes with anyone. If any of you find yourself in town, definitely stop by. We would love to see you. Thanks so much, Diego. Great to hear from you. Kim, yeah, your turn. You're up next. Hi, Kim. Are you able to turn your microphone on? All right, we'll see if we can come back to Kim. In the meantime, let's go on over to Rebecca.
Hi, everyone. Just to introduce myself, I'm Rebecca. Like Diego said, we're good friends. We're out here in Montreal. I introduced Diego to the course, but mostly for me, when I was looking out for the course, I was looking to be able to support my day-to-day life at work, which will be my fun fact later, which I'll describe. Currently working at a company called SITA, SITA, that does softwares for airlines and airports. Mostly doing IT security audits and being pushed a lot into security and compliance. One of the questions that I was asked this year by our good friends in the legal team and our good friends from the engineering team was to assist them in understanding what cybersecurity laws we're complying to and what we're not complying to. And I was stuck, and the reason I was looking into this course. Yes, so the fun fact about my work is crazy, as usual, in security and audits. More fun because you get to see the crazy things happening every day and get to be called into very sticky discussions on law and security breaches and things like that. So I'm looking forward to learning a lot from this course.
Outstanding. Thanks so much for sharing, Rebecca. Kim, I see, is your microphone on now? Are you able to share?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So my name is Kim Sawyer. I currently am in Buffalo, New York. I work for M&T Bank in the Compliance Risk Management department, and I actually just celebrated my 5-year anniversary with them on June 2nd, so that's exciting. I will be participating in the cybersecurity, data privacy, and the financial compliance risk management program, so I'm super excited about the kind of going to be dabbling in both areas. And what I do at work is really I provide the status of compliance risk for the bank to a variety of our risk committees and board members. And I'm really interested about these programs because it will really just provide me some greater working knowledge to improve my current job and be able to exceed and take me to the next level. And then my fun fact is I played Division II field hockey at Mercyhurst College.
Ah, very nice. Definitely a fun fact there. Thanks for sharing, Kim. All right, Philip, you're up. All right, Philip, are you able to get your microphone on? All right, we'll come back to you as well. William, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Hi, this is Bill Galkin. I've been practicing in the technology area for many years since I graduated law school. Actually, when technology was not so big, but I got interested in it in law school when there wasn't really even a computer law topic. And I've been working consistently in that area over the years. I've worked with pretty much every kind of technology, whether it's biotech or hardware, but a lot of software and information technology. And over the years, privacy has just come more and more into the practice to the extent that I have a bunch of clients today who are actually, their products are privacy products, privacy and security compliance products that they're rolling out into for their customers. So I found that I deal with these issues on a regular basis, but some of them, when they get more complex, I need to farm them out. And I'm affiliated with a few law firms that I sometimes farm them out to, but I've come to realize that to really stay on top of my game and representing my clients properly, I really need to increase my expertise in this area. So I've the program. I mean, I'm in the financial compliance and risk management, but also the cybersecurity courses are going to be probably a main focus. And I like the great variety of courses that can be taken. So as I progress, that's really what attracted me to the program, because as I progress, I will see what I need to take and really in relation to my various clients, and I'll really be able to tailor my own knowledge level based on my needs as I sort of discover them. And and I could see myself possibly taking more credits than even just for the course, than the degree, because they're really a nice selection of classes. Fun fact, I guess mine is law related. Maybe not. That's not so much fun, but I lived in Israel for 4 years, and I was a partner at a large law firm in Israel. So I still work as outside counsel to that law firm. So Israel has like amazingly fascinating companies in the technology and privacy areas. So it's it's always interesting dealing with those companies.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. Thanks for sharing. All right, Philip, were you able to get your mic working? All right, that's okay, not a problem. So thanks everyone for sharing. It's really great to hear the introduction for everyone, and just to get an idea of not just physically where everyone is located from, but also where you're coming from as far as your professional backgrounds are concerned. And then I think you'll all find great value in this program, not just learning the materials, but also getting to know each other and to kind of increase your professional development through that as well. So welcome in. We're very excited to have you and look forward to being with you in this journey. So the first thing is, who is in our program? And so we're going to be putting up a profile of this incoming class pretty soon. But as far as our last incoming class in January 2019 that came in, this was the profile of that class. And so what it looked like, we had an age range of 42 to 59. We had 100% employed in senior level or director level positions, and they were located all over the country and all over the world. And so these types of students are the ones that you're now joining into the program, and you get to help bolster your credentials as well with all the special unique things that you all are doing. And so we're very excited to have that kind of diversity of background and location inside of our program. The curriculum, which you all know a good amount about already, having gone through the admissions process and whatnot. But just as a quick reminder, if you're in the master's program, you're going to end up taking at least 30 credits for the master's and 24 for the LM and 9 credits for if you're doing the certificate program. There is the potential to do a double concentration, which I know some of you have already elected to do, and several of our continuing students also have elected to do. At the moment, we have 2 full programs built out online, one being in cybersecurity and data privacy and one in financial compliance risk management. In the coming year, we're hoping to add 2 more to that. More details to come on that. And we hope that all of them will kind of enhance each other as far as the offerings that can be available to all for electives in each of the concentrations. So those are I think some exciting things coming up on that front. A couple different URLs that I want to point out to you. I'm going to email these slides to you right after this presentation so you can have these URLs. But one of the questions that people ask quite a bit as time progresses through the term is, when does the next term start, and what classes are coming up in a couple terms from now or next term or whatnot. So these, obviously you can ask those questions at any time, no problem. But these are the URLs that will answer those questions at any point. If you didn't get a chance to see these at some point on our website, I might bookmark these if I was you. One just simply says the term dates for all of the next full year. And so if you're interested as far as like, when can, I'm planning a little vacation, wouldn't be best working around the term. So that'd be great if you want to plan ahead like that to see what dates are the actual terms. The second one is the link to our the curriculum. So we only give this link actually to current students and some during the admissions process. But this link matches courses with actual sessions. And so as you probably heard at some point already, but our terminology goes that we have 3 semesters in the year. So we'll have a fall semester, spring semester, summer semester. And each semester is broken into 2 online sessions. And so for the upcoming fall semester, we have fall online session 1, and then we have fall online session 2. And then for the spring, we have session 1, session 2. For summer, we have session 1, session 2. And each one is 7 weeks of length. And so that's how all of it's created. And so those term dates reflect that as far as the length of the term. So you definitely want to check that out. A picture here to the right is our Associate Dean of Strategic Initiatives at the school. He's also the director of the Cybersecurity and Data Privacy Program, Anthony Haynes. He teaches in several of the classes, so you'll inevitably have him as a professor if you're in the cybersecurity program. But he's a great person to connect with if you really want to talk a lot more deeply about maybe career options or about just really nitty-gritty into the topic area as a whole. He's a great person to talk to as the director of the cybersecurity program. Not pictured is Christine Chung, who's the director of the financial compliance and risk management concentration. So same idea with her. If you ever want to talk more about career options in that field, about get really deep into the actual curriculum on a kind of like a bigger level, then she's a great person to talk to about that as well. Just some of the resources from the faculty we have here that can be brought to you. I'm going to turn it over in a second to Dr. Bay, who again is our Director of Online Learning Instructional Technology. And before I do so, though, if at any point you guys have a question about anything that either I or Dr. Bay bring up here, feel free to chat it in the chat box, and we'll respond to it as soon as we can at any point. So feel free to do that at any time. So without further ado, I will go ahead and turn the floor over to Dr. Bay.
Great, thank you. Hi. Dean Fiske, if you can just stop your share. Well, actually, no, keep sharing right now, actually, if you don't mind. So hi, welcome everybody. I'm so excited that you are here at Albany Law School, and congratulations for all of you for getting into these programs. These are very rigorous programs. I'm excited that you're going to be in our online environment. I hope what you're going to find in an online environment is a rich, engaging design. So Dean Fiske, if you can turn to the next slide. I don't know if I can do it. So what I'm going to present to you today are some tips and tricks for you to be successful online learners. I'm going to show you, as Dean Fiske said, the portal and Canvas. And I also want to just review a little bit about the Canvas orientation, which you all should have access to right now. So I do want to take a look at those things. So next slide, please. Some tips for the online students. If you move to the next slide, I made a list here, and I'm not going to read them all to you. But ultimately, our courses are designed based on whether they're 3 credits or 1 credit. So one thing I want you to keep in mind is the amount of time that you need to be involved with our courses. So for a 3-credit course, we really need you to focus about 18 hours a week of your time in the course. It's a 7-week course. So if it's a 3-credit course, you're looking to spend about 18 hours a week in that course. If it's a 1-credit course, you're looking to spend about 9 hours a week in that course. So just something to think about as you're starting those courses. I am more than happy to sit with any one of you to help you think through your schedule, think about how carving out time and saving time to get involved in the course and making sure you have enough time. Our courses are designed so we have a discussion board, a place for you to interact with the professors in the course and other students. Our courses have professors that design, these subject matter experts that design the courses. These folks spend a lot of time designing, creating lectures, finding readings, and really carving out specific areas for you to cover each week. And then we have instructors that are in the course. These are folks that are there in the day-to-day process, making sure that you have someone to communicate with, that you get questions answered. They're watching the discussion board conversations. They're also doing a lot of the grading in the courses as well. So they're the folks that you're going to talk to throughout the class, more of a day-to-day conversation about any kind of housekeeping issues that you may have, things that you are confused about. You would address to them, and really they'll be a central part of sort of the communication component. So you'll have 2 resources in your course: the professor, who is the subject matter expert, and the instructor, who is a subject matter expert as well, playing a different role in the course, really enhancing communication and being involved in discussions, engaging you in a lot of ways, and really being involved in the grading part. A lot of our instructors, just as a side note, graduated from our program, so they're pretty familiar with our environment, or have been instructor for a period of time in a similar course. So you'll find that we have, I think, pretty good experts, Dean Fiske, if you would agree with me, in those courses, really there to enhance your experience. And I think you're going to find it really a good experience. So on your own, what you can do, that's what these are here that you're looking at. You can look at that Canvas orientation, which I'll show you in a minute to make sure you know how to access that. That's going to give you tips and tricks about, gee, how do I post an assignment? And I want to post something in a discussion board. How do I do that? You also have a tool available to you called Studio, formerly known as ARC, where you can create your own videos. Some faculty and instructors are going to ask you to create their own videos where you can submit a video. Maybe you have to submit a presentation, or maybe submit an introduction of yourself with a picture of you. So that may be something that you have to do, and I have instructions for that in the orientation. Anything you can think of really is inside that orientation about getting to know Canvas. Of course, I am also a good resource for getting to know Canvas. So if you need help, a one-on-one, call me, email me. I'm always on my email. It's unfortunate, but I'm always there. I try to respond to you as often as I can. I'll also even respond on weekends and on evenings, because that's when you're spending most of your time. So please do reach out. We also have, and I don't know if Jason is going to mention this later, Dean Fiske, that graduateprograms.edu link. It might be at the end of this, and that's going to be a useful thing to remember too, the graduateprograms.edu. But anyway, as you can see here, regular checking in the course, making a daily schedule, staying on task of things, using your Albany Law School email is an important one too. So you'll have probably Gmail accounts and work accounts, but your Albany Law School email account is going to be critical for your time here. We move on to the next one, because again, you can read that stuff there. Special tips. This is really not necessarily related to online learning. This is just pedagogical stuff here. Staying on top of things, asking questions right away if you get confused, making connections with people. And again, Dean Fiske is going to give you a copy of this, so I'm not going to spend much time on this except for the last one, which is a plan B. So technology is going to fail. It's going to fail, as you all know. A lot of you are cyber folks already. You're in the field, right? It's going to fail the moment you need it. That's when it's going to fail. Have a plan B. Know where you can get internet somewhere if your internet goes down. Know where you can borrow a computer. You know, if you have to go to the mall and use the Apple computers, I'll go to a library. You know, pay attention to what's out there and what's available to you. Our faculty, both instructors or professors, are understanding. We are a very flexible program, but you got to really maintain and stay involved in the program. It's a 7-week program, and we do want to make sure that you're active and that you don't fall behind. So it's a really important part on your part to make sure that you're staying involved in the course and really paying attention to the due dates. It's an asynchronous environment, so things are self-paced, but we do have due dates. So you want to pay attention to those in your syllabus. Okay, next slide, Dean Fiske, if you don't mind. Portal and the Canvas. So the next slide gives you a screenshot of your portal. The portal is kind of like your central hub of Albany Law School. Anything you need to do as a student will be in your portal. You need to find a phone number. It's in the portal area. You just click in the portal area, and there should be a place there to find phone numbers. If you need to get Lexis and Westlaw access, I think we're going to do that automatically. I think the director of the library is working on that right now to get you Westlaw and Lexis access so you can do your database. But you'll see here at the bottom, there's a spot called Orientation, and then there's a link there called Legal Database Registration Information. Another place to go. If you need to get information about your schedule, I think you click on My Course Schedule underneath Academics. I don't think many people are using anonymous numbers in these courses, but you might end up taking an elective that does, a faculty that does use anonymous numbers. You can get anonymous numbers in your portal. You can contact registrar in your portal. You can look at your grades. That's under academics in your portal. If you're looking at any kind of FERPA or student services information or forms that you may need, or you need, what do they have? I think the disabilities, if you have a student accommodation, is in here somewhere. But you get my point. Anything that you will need is inside the portal. And so it's something that you do want to pay close attention to and be aware that your information is here. Canvas is your other wonderful handy dandy place that you want to go to. So there is the Canvas orientation. When you come into your dashboard, this is your dashboard that you're going to come into. Your dashboard is the first place that you're going to see all of your courses and the student orientation called Canvas Orientation. Now, your courses may not be live to you yet. We open them up the Friday before classes start of those sessions. So, for example, classes start August 19th. So you will see your courses on August 16th. That's the Friday before. So don't be worried if you don't see anything now. You'll see it on August 16th. Some faculty are still crafting and preparing some very thoughtful content right now, creating welcome messages and fun things for you to see. And so they do need that time to make sure that they build that stuff. So that's why we're waiting until the Friday before. But you'll see here you have a personal account where the word account is, and there's an empty person in there, one of these weird empty people. When you click on an account, we're not going to do it here, but when you click on it, you're able to click on that little weird empty person and put a picture of yourself. I highly recommend you do that so that the faculty can continually stay in contact with what you look like visually. The instruction on how to do that is in the Canvas orientation. If you need help with that, you can call me. At any time, the dashboard contains only the most current courses that you're registered for. So next semester, those courses will not be in your dashboard. They'll be in courses underneath dashboard. So you should see a section there. So dashboard contains your most current courses, and the word courses will contain all the courses, essentially, even the ones you're currently taking, but all your past courses. So you can always go back and look at a past course, find a past PDF, or look at a past reading, or refer to something, but it's not going to be in your dashboard. It'll be in your courses. You have a calendar available to you here. You have an inbox available to you here. That inbox is not the same as your Outlook inbox, your 360 inbox that you're using for email. They're different, but you can email the class, a student, or an instructor in this inbox here. The word ARC has been replaced with the word studio, but they're the same thing. That's where you can create those videos that I was telling you about that some of your faculty might want you to create. And again, instructions for that are in the Canvas orientation. And then if at any point you need help, there's a help button there, and when you click on that, you'll have access to Canvas's 24/7 assistance. You'll have access to do a chat with Canvas if you need help. You'll have access to our Albany Law School help desk to send an email. And you have access to my personal email and phone number. You can call and email me anytime. So a lot of ways to get assistance if you need it with Canvas. Any questions about those things? And I think this might be one of my last slides, Jason. Can you just move and see? Oh, the Canvas orientation. So I don't know that I necessarily need to review the Canvas orientation because I want you to get in there and start looking. I do watch to make sure that you are inside the Canvas orientation. I don't know why I put this screen here, Jason. It's awful. I don't know. I'm going to have to delete that on all future. I don't like this screen at all. But you see it says student orientation. On your screen, it's going to say Canvas orientation. So that's why I don't like this one. It's a conflict, and I don't like that it doesn't match. Yours is going to say Canvas orientation. And that's going to be the one that you're going to use and click on to find all of your needs. But this is a good example, though, I guess, of what your dashboard will look like once you have all the stuff in it. But this next screen that Dean Fiske is going to, this is the one I want you to see. So when you come into that orientation, there are different modules, and your courses are going to be set up the same way. They're going to be in modules. Modules are usually, and I say usually because I do have some faculty that like to do a little bit different organization, but usually a module is like a week. So week 1, module 1 is usually the same. And it's good because everything you need for that week will be right inside that module. So you click on the word module and you go into the different 1, 2, 3 that you have here. Now in the Canvas orientation, we don't have weeks, I have topics. So module 1 is an overview of Canvas, module 2 is getting started, and you can see the kinds of things you can look for in there. Module 3 is how to participate in the course. This is like, you know, like if you were to take a computer training kind of thing. It's a self-paced thing for you to do on your own at any point and every time. And I can help you with this. I do track to make sure that people are in here and completing it. Because what I don't want to bog down the faculty with asking them questions about, you know, how do I submit an assignment? I do want you guys to be familiar with Canvas. Now the beauty of Canvas, and I'll probably stop here, is it's really intuitive and easy to use. A lot of the language in here is simple. You're able to just click and add things. It's very powerful for video and audio. So I think you're going to have a really good time with this particular learning LMS. Albany Law School chose a good one for you guys. So, you know, it's something that I think you're really going to like. And Dean Fiske, I think that's my last slide. No, that's my last slide of a wonderful cartoon for all of you to enjoy. Anybody have any questions for me? My phone number and email is there, but as I said, graduate programs at albanylawschool.edu, right? Graduate programs at albanylaw.edu. Jason,
That's right.
talk more about, yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Dr. Bea, for
You're
that great introduction and all those things, which you'll all become very intimately familiar with for the rest of your program once you get going in the classes. So as she mentioned, as hopefully you've already been engaging with the graduate programs at Albany Law @EVU is definitely your spot. If you have any question about anything, really, you can always start there, and we will either I'll be able to answer it directly for you or triage it to whoever can answer the questions for you with whatever that might look like. But very helpful to have her contact information there if you have something directly you want to ask her. So there's a couple things we want to talk about today, and one is about the law school itself. So a lot of you have heard about and talked with us about maybe your concentration, your program specifically, and many of you have done a lot of research on the school, but just a couple things about our school. So our law school was founded in 1851, so it's been around quite some time, and it has recently been ranked in the top 20 of most innovative law schools. We have an alumni network of over 10,000 people nationwide, worldwide even. Our program was recently ranked #1 in flexibility, and we were ranked #11 nationally. This is for our online masters. Our school has alums in all sorts of different positions, in all sorts of different places in the country, ranging from former Supreme Court justices, President McKinley, politicians, CEOs, ranging the whole gamut. And we look forward to having all of you become alumni of our school very shortly, contributing to this as well. So Dr. Bea talked a lot about this, but just really quickly, we're asked a lot, what does a typical week look like for you all starting here in a couple weeks? And so generally speaking, each class will look a little bit different, but as a baseline, what a typical week might look like is you'll have readings that you'll do, and I emailed you all the reading lists for this upcoming term. You can buy those books if those are the classes you're in, to kind of make sure that they arrive by the time the term starts. But each week there'll also be recorded lectures from the professors, might engage in discussion forums, and possibly some assignments that'll be due at different time intervals throughout the term. So each class will vary a little bit, but there'll always be some things that'll look something like that in each one of your classes in each week. Up here is the upcoming course schedule and the upcoming dates. Again, I gave you the URL before that, so you can always get the most updated dates as far as not just going out a couple next semesters, but also going out even further. If you want to know what the summer dates are, for example, you can go to the URL that's on this slide a little bit earlier to see what all the dates are. So quickly, what are the graduation requirements? And so this is, we've built it as part of the flexibility to be a very flexible program, both at the curriculum level and the graduation requirements level. So if you're let's talk a minute about the master's and the LLM. So for both those programs, you'll need to take the thesis class, which will be the last class you take in our program. And so that will either be a paper on a topic of your choosing within your concentration area, or will be a project related to your workplace that you get approved by the thesis advisor at the beginning of the class. Now, the thesis is a 7-week class, and however, what's going to happen is when our new online student center is released by the end of this month, part of the online student center is actually going to have a thesis portion in it, and in it we'll have a place that you can basically get kickstarted on your thesis project in that class at any point in the program. There'll be several different items for you to complete sometime before you start that class. So you could do it, this September, or you can do it in 6 months from now. The types of things that you'll learn there, it's how to do the research for a thesis project, how to do the organization, the outlining, the writing, that type of thing is what you'll cover in that materials before you enter the class. With the goal being, by the time you get to the thesis at the end, that you'll already have your topic chosen and be all ready and are already on the ground running to be able to finish that class. My suggestion to you is, if you're going to go the paper route, so if you don't have a project in mind that you're going to be able to do, if you're going to go the paper route, my suggestion to you is be on the lookout. Be on the lookout as you progress through this program for a topic that you find particularly interesting that you can kind of expand on and add to potentially, and be on the lookout for what would be an interesting thesis topic for you to write on when you get there in that class. So that's one of the graduation requirements. The other is, if you're in the master's program, is the Introduction to Law and Legal Methods, which you're all going to be registered for in this coming up session starting here in August. I teach that class, again, if you're in the master's program. And so I really look forward to having you in that class as well. If you're in the certificate program in the cybersecurity one, then this is a required class, the Cybersecurity and Data Privacy 501, if you're in the certificate cybersecurity program. I want to give a little bit of a preview for this online student center that's going to be live and active likely by the end of this month. Essentially, the goal of it is for us to bring our campus here to life to you in the online environment. And so we're going to have there each semester, we're going to have live events. And so this semester, what we have slated for you is at the end of this month, we're going to have a presentation from our Career Services Department. It'll be about how to optimize your resume, so you can attend that if you're interested. We're going to have 3 different live lectures this fall semester. One is in the cybersecurity and data privacy. It's going to be on GDPR. A second one is going to be in the financial compliance risk management concentration. It's going to be on some different compliance issues that are relevant and kind of hot topics right now in compliance right now. And then third is going to be in our health law and compliance program, which will be a HIPAA update for 2019. So those are the lectures and the events that you can expect to come up this semester in there. Additionally, what we'll have in there is a schedule. And what the schedule is going to have is, where are we at Albany Law School, where are we traveling in this year? So we constantly have events nationwide that our dean goes to, that all sorts of our alums attend, that various administrators at the school attend as well, and we would love to see you there. And so if if we're having an event in Rochester and you live there, then we'd love for you to come. If the events range all the way from California to Florida and everywhere in between. Sorry, Rebecca and Diego, I don't think we have any Canadian events this year coming up. But if you guys ever pop on down, you're more than welcome to attend as well. But there is lots of fun there, and so the schedule will be outlined for you there for you to register for and attend, totally free, but it'd be great for us to see you there. Additionally, there's lots of information on kind of orientation type material as far as contact information and more information for you to get kickstarted there. So that's kind of just a quick preview of what that's going to be looking like when it becomes available to you. All right, so thanks everyone for listening for that time. I hope you found that information helpful as far as where you are today. And do you have any questions, anything you'd like us to answer for you?
Hey, Jason, this is John. I did not get the reading list. I don't know if that was that published, or was that an email that we were going to receive at some point?
I sent an email earlier today, so I'll check to make sure that email, that you were included on that email.
Got it. Great. Thank you.
All right. Is there any further questions? All right. Well, thanks so much for coming, everyone. Really look forward to getting you going here. We're very excited to have you at Albany Law School. Welcome to the school. Welcome to our program. And we hope you have a great experience here, starting now, but especially starting when your classes start on August 19th. All right. So have a great rest of your day and great rest of your week. And let us know at any point if you have any questions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.